Hello, I'm Peggy Vasquez, and I am delighted to be with you for Adminchat. Today's session is all about you. You. It is time for you to get incredibly focused on you and what you want for this year. It is time to be selfish. It is time to be focused, and it is time to go to work. I'm going to have you do exercises during the session and after the session. So get your pen and paper and get ready because we're ready to go to make this year your best year yet. The first question I have for you is, what do you want? What is it? What is that thing, that one amazing goal? If it could happen for this year, what would it be? What is it? What do you want? And here's a huge tip. It doesn't have to be amazing or wonderful or incredible to anybody else but you, because this is about you and your year, what it is that you want to have happen. Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to update your resume and launch a new career. What is it? What is that one thing? If you had to pick right now and you had 100% guarantee that it would happen, what would it be? If you're alone right now, what I want you to do is to stop this recording and to write it down. If you're in a room full of people, I want you to stop this recording and to share what it is with each other. The next thing that I want you to do is to get out your phone. Now, I don't want you to get out your phone and start checking email and social media. What I want you to do is to go to your mobile app store and download a QR code reader. Find one that's free and has a lot of stars behind it. That'll be your best app to get. Download this app. You're going to need it at the end of my session, and I'll be so glad you did. So take just a moment to download it now. If you need extra time, go ahead and stop the recording so that you can download that app. Let's begin with a reflection on this last year. There's no doubt that you had some really amazing things happen this last year. But the question is, did you even pause to celebrate? What about, you probably had, a few ups and downs. Maybe you had some struggles, some challenges, some setbacks. If you're like me, I certainly did. But what did you learn from it? So often we get stuck in this play by play, blow by blow of the mistake that we made, and we focus all about the mistake instead of taking time to focus on what did we learn. Can you imagine how much different the conversation would be if your entire focus was on what you learned versus the mistake? That's what we need to focus on. So we're going to kick this off by reflecting on this past year. What did we experience that we want to bring forward? What did we want to make sure that we didn't forget about? What do we want to leverage and take into 2019 so that we can be even better this year than last year? So get out your notebook and your pen. Remember, I told you you're going to be doing work throughout this whole session. You're going to answer these 3 questions. So go ahead and pause the recording for 5 minutes and answer these questions. Number 1, what's one thing you did in 2018 that you're proud of, that you want to celebrate? Number 2, what's one mistake you made? And the biggest focus here is, what did you learn? What did you learn from it? And 3, what is one limiting story that you've been telling yourself for years that you are so ready to let go of today? Right now, let go of it once and for all. Limiting stories like, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't deserve it. I'm not a good enough person to deserve a lifestyle that I want. Letting go of all of those limiting beliefs, changing the channel to a positive station to start saying things like, I'm brilliant. I am worthy. I am good enough. Change those limiting beliefs to positive beliefs about yourself. Go ahead and pause the recording for 5 minutes and answer these 3 questions. Great job. You got through the first step. You now have a clean deck, a place to start from. Mentally and emotionally, you've cleared yourself free from 2018, and now you're ready to push forward in 2019. A fresh slate. It's just an absolutely beautiful place to start from. It is time now to dream. It is time to dream big. It is time to push past those limiting beliefs from last year and to start to really focus on what do you want for 2019. Another question I want you to take into your mind and into your heart is, how do you want to feel in 2019? Such a different question, isn't it? Often when we're dreaming and we're goal setting, we're thinking about achievement and accomplishment. And it's a completely different process to ask yourself, how do you want to feel? When was the last time that you took that into account when you were goal setting? And yet it's so important, because if we're going to enjoy the journey along the way, we need to make sure that the goals that we're planning for the year are going to be focused on how we want to feel along the way. Some of you may be thinking, well, writing down my goals, it's pretty simple. This has been around for years. It's almost too basic. The question is, when was the last time you did it? And we all know that just taking the action of writing down what you want for 2019, making a list of things you want to accomplish, will get you more towards your goals than if you don't. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to do that. To help you get focused on writing down your goals for the year, it might be helpful for you to think about your life in 6 spheres, 6 buckets. Those buckets are health, career, lifestyle, relationships, spirit, and wealth. So when you're writing down what you want, think about all those areas. Don't just focus on your career or on one other area. Think about your entire life and put it together. So for example, what do you want in your health, in your fitness, in your self-care, or your finances? Maybe your mindset, something that you want to learn, something you want to grow or you want to give back. Maybe you want to update your home. What is that thing that you want for yourself? All I want you to do is dream big and think about everything that you want, every area where you want to grow, and to put it down onto the page. So think about in terms of your relationships. What do I want them to be like this year? Think about those very important people in your life. Who are they? Maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your children, your grandchildren, your parents, your grandparents, your nieces, your nephews, maybe it's your best friend. Who is it? Maybe it's your neighbors. Think about all of those people in your life that are the most important to you, the people that you love. What do you want to do with those people? Do you want to plan some travel, some adventures with those people? What is it that you want to experience? Maybe you want to create a new ritual that you get together weekly for a meal. What is it that you want to do with all of those different people? And figure out the steps you're going to incorporate this year to make them happen. Maybe you've got people that you really care about and the relationship isn't where you want it to be. What are you going to do that's going to take time, attention, and focus in order to get that relationship back on track? Think about all those things and write them down. What about your business or your career? What are some of your major goals that you have for your career this year? Maybe they're centered around updating your resume and launching a new career. Maybe they're around that wanting to write a book. Maybe you want to become a speaker. I would be happy to help you do either one of those things. Maybe it's about finding a coach or a mentor to help you grow. Maybe it's about creating a new program in your office. Maybe it's about getting involved in an administrative community. Maybe it's about creating more connections, building relationship capital. What is it that you want for your career this year? Think about all those possibilities and write it down onto the page. Here's a big, big tip. Do not censor yourself. Don't get caught up in the comparison trap, because the comparison trap is crap. When we compare ourselves to other people, we'll always be small because we're not them. And if you're so busy looking at the other people in the other lanes, like we do so often in social media, you miss your own race. So don't compare yourself, don't censor yourself, don't edit yourself. Just write down everything it is that you want to have in your life. Push all the doubt aside. All you have to do is get everything out of your head, out of your heart, onto the page. Go ahead and stop the recording for 5 minutes and write down everything it is that you want to accomplish this year. I am so proud of you. You are moving forward. You've got a long list of goals, or at least a couple by now. Now that you've got everything written down and onto the page, it's time to determine what you're going to keep and what you're going to let go of. This might be really easy for you. It might be hard for you. For myself, what I learned is that I had to get really focused, because when I did this, I had a list of over 20 things. 20 things. How in the world am I going to accomplish 20 things in 1 year? So I had to go through my list and I had to get really focused. I had to simplify in order to amplify. I had to ask myself some tough questions, because you see, everything on my list I wanted to keep, all 20 of them. They were all important to me. I had passion around them. They were things that I really wanted to have happen. But I had to be logical about it and not just get wrapped around the possibility of it and not just be passion focused. I had to get really logical about it and say, what am I going to be able to actually do this year? You see, hungry, driven folks like us, we have a tendency to dream too big and to overwhelm ourselves with a possibility. And when our list is too long, what happens is we spin out of control and into overwhelm and being stressed out, because we put too much on our plate. And this is not how we want to feel in 2019. So to help you, I've got a strategy to help you to get really focused so that you can have a list that is achievable for this year. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take a look at everything that you wrote down, everything that you want to do this year, and focus on the critical few things versus the long list of the many, many, many possibilities. Really focus down. What are the small number of projects that you're going to give your highest and your most powerful self to this year? It's time to let go of some of those awesome, amazing ideas that you had, the ideas that you brainstormed about, the ideas that came up when you were dreaming big, and focus only on what you can accomplish this year. I'm not asking you to throw any of those things out the window. I'm not asking you to cross those things off of your plate forever. I'm simply saying this year, what are the few things that you're going to focus on so that you can achieve them this year? I've got 3 big important questions to help you get super uber focused. Here they are. Questions. Number 1, what is the payoff? Who are the people that it will pay off? What is the impact for reaching this goal? What is the difference it's going to make? Look through all the things on your list and use this filter to find out what needs to come off your list. Question number 2 is, what is the benefit to others? Those people that you thought about earlier, all those relationships that you have, those people that you love and you care about, the people that you work with, the people that are the closest to you in your life, the people in your community, who will it benefit? How is it going to benefit them? Look through your list and ask yourself this question. Filter out some of those things on your list so that you can get uber focused on the truly important things versus the long list of possibilities. The last question, and yes, it is the most important one, is who do I need to become to make these dreams possible? This was a huge lesson for me because as I looked through my list, what I discovered is that my focus for 2019 is discipline. And I don't know if you're like me or not, but when I heard the word discipline before this year, I felt constrained. I feel like that there was boundaries putting on me and almost a shortness of breath. But what I figured out by living a life of discipline from this point in my life forward for 2019, I found out it has given me freedom. Freedom because of being more organized, because of following through. It is helping my business grow by leaps and bounds. It is helping my home get more organized. It is helping me to have a deliberate approach to life, a thoughtful and planful approach, and it's bringing about so many blessings. So that's what I needed to do for myself. That's who I needed to become, was a more disciplined person. How about you? When you look at your list, who do you need to become? When you look at all of your goals, what goals do you have listed that are going to cause you to stretch, that are going to cause you to grow? Because the ones that do will always bring about more blessing to you than others. The ones that cause you to grow and get out of your comfort zone, they're going to bring you more joy because of the stretch you made. So now that you've gone through all of your list and you've been able to filter it through these 3 questions, what do you have left on your list? As you go through these filters, you'll probably realize that some of the things that you originally wrote down don't make the cut anymore because you now realize that it's not really worth it, or you're not ready for that type of time commitment right now, or the benefit isn't big enough for your involvement. If you're thinking anything like that, let that goal go. Now, I'd sing for you right now, but trust me, my singing capabilities are absolutely tremendous in the car when I'm driving by myself. For some reason, when I get around other people, that talent seems to just kind of melt away. I'll just let you fill in the gap for let it go. Let the goal go if there's any doubt whatsoever. Remember, crossing something off your list doesn't mean you're crossing it off forever. You're just not going to pressure yourself this year for that particular goal. Now, there's probably at least one of you out there that is an overachiever. I'm sure there's probably even more than one. So if you go through the year and you cross off your goals so quickly that you've got time for more goals, go back to the list that you crossed off, add some more back on. And no, there is not a perfect number of goals to have for a year. You just want to have an achievable, a realistic amount of goals. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go through all the goals that you wrote down and filter them through these 3 questions to get to that achievable amount. One of the things that I know for sure about Adminchat is the best conversations start in the comments. It's how we learn from each other. I love our community that we've been able to create through Executive Secretary Magazine because we've all learned from each other. We've created our own administrative community. So go ahead and get the conversation started by commenting on this Adminchat. Tell our community what's the #1 goal that you're committed to this year. What are the benefits? And what's the one goal you're letting go of and how that made you feel, why you made that choice. Your comments will be able to help somebody else move forward. So please share freely. I would love to hear from you. This is what a vision board looks like. You can call it a vision board, you can call it a dream board, or any name that you want. It's a visual manifestation of your goals, of the things that you want for your life. Vision boards are a lot like goals, but they're even more powerful because vision boards bring about an emotional, a physical response, and goals written on a piece of paper don't bring about that same response. Both are important, but a vision board brings you closer to your goals because they draw you in emotionally. When you're looking at your vision board, you want to visualize those things actually being reality. And the more and more you do this, the easier it will get and the more powerful it will be for you. The thing you need to understand is your mind does not know the difference between reality and non-reality. It will believe whatever you tell it. So when you look at your vision board, imagine yourself in that state as if it's actually part of your life right now. So take for an example, you have a brand new home on your vision board. You don't just look at that picture on your vision board. You imagine yourself in your new home. You imagine yourself walking through the doorway for the very first time. What does that entranceway look like? How do you feel when you're walking into that home? Imagine yourself sleeping in your new bedroom and your luxurious bedding. How do you feel when you lay your head on the pillow at night? How do you want to feel when you wake up in the morning? Imagine yourself walking into that spa-esque bathroom. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Imagine what it feels like to walk into your kitchen and make yourself a cup of coffee. That's how close you get to your vision board. You put yourself into it and imagine yourself in that state. It becomes more about the journey and about how you're feeling than it does about achievement, which is absolutely key. I can tell you from experience, vision boards work. So much, in fact, that I really caution you to be careful about what you put on your vision board. I remember when I first created my vision board, I had a picture of grandkids on my vision board. Well, now I have 7, and I know I wasn't responsible for making those children happen, but still be careful about what you put on your board. I had a picture of me becoming an author, and my book is now published, and I've had an incredible journey because of my book. Now I'm working on book number 2, and when I wrote down everything that I wanted for 2019, I actually wrote down book number 3, not book number 2. So I've got at least 2 more books left in me. I also had on my vision board about wanting to be a public speaker, being a professional speaker, and having travel. And all that has now happened. And it began with a dream. It began by taking a goal and putting it on a vision board and focusing on it. Vision boards work. So now that you understand how vision boards work and how they're designed and how you can create your own, here's what you're going to do. You're going to take 30 minutes or longer, and you're going to create your own vision board. You're going to gather up magazines, glue, cardstock, or a piece of cardboard, and you're going to look through all of these magazines and find pictures that speak to you, pictures that spark creativity, pictures that make your heart race, pictures that make you say, OMG, what if? These types of pictures that represent your dream. They don't have to make sense to anybody else but you. Pictures that you want. You simply look through the pictures of the magazines. If you can't find them in your magazines, go online and print some out. Find the pictures that represent what it is that you want in your life. Glue them onto your dream board, and then the magic can truly begin. Because after you create your vision board, this is what you're going to do for each and every day, weekends included. The first 10 minutes of your morning, you are going to spend time with just you and your vision board and your journal. You're going to find a quiet place where you won't be interrupted, and you're going to do this before you do anything else. Yes, you can get up, use the restroom, brush your teeth, get yourself something to drink, but after that, go right into your quiet place. Don't pick up your phone. Don't start checking email or social media. Make this time be reserved for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to visualize. You're going to look at your dream board. Here's a picture of my dream board for this year. You're going to look at your dream board, and you're going to imagine all those things that you have on your vision board being your reality for this year. You're going to focus on each one of those things. Then after that, you're going to get out your journal, which can just be a spiral binder, and you're going to write down your thoughts, your feelings, your priorities. That entire routine will only take you 10 minutes, and I promise you, it will set you up for success. Your day will be started off with positivity, with focus, with knowing what your priorities are. And that alone is going to help you get through so many challenges and detours that happen along the way. Take the first 10 minutes for you. You are worth 10 minutes. Your dreams are worth 10 minutes. The next step is you've got to make a plan, because the dream board alone will get you started, but you need a plan to make it a reality. You're going to transfer all of your goals that you wrote on your worksheet, that you created on your vision board, you're going to transfer them into a plan that then can be on your calendar with due dates. Now, some of you might be going, okay, now I'm feeling stressed out and overwhelmed, but don't worry, I've got really great news for you. Remember earlier when you downloaded that QR code reader? Well, now all you have to do is scan this QR code. You can get my free giveaway for a worksheet to take you through 7 simple steps to make sure that those dreams happen. Here is also the link in case you need that if your QR code isn't working. I cannot wait to hear from you, to learn about what you were able to create today. I would love to see a picture of your vision board. I'd be happy to share with you the process that I went through and answer any questions that you have. I truly believe the best is yet to come. Say it with me. The best is yet to come. The whole reason that I'm here today, the whole reason that I'm with you on Adminchat is because I want to help you. I will do anything that I can to help you to be successful. All you have to do is make the request. Send me an email. Let me know how I can help you, and I will do whatever I can to help you. Each and every single day, we get a chance. We get a second chance on life every single day. We get a chance to make the decisions, to take the actions, to follow a plan, to dream big, to do what it takes. Every single day we get that chance. The only question is, will you take it? You know what it is that you need to do. You all do. And you have the tools in front of you. All you have to do is go make it happen. Got it? Good. Now go do it.